Great. So some of us are on camera, some of us are not, but everyone's going to have an opportunity to introduce themselves. And Anna, I'm just going to start with our ACEnet staff first. So would you like to start?
Yes, absolutely. My name is Ana Leon, and I am the Regional Program Manager with ACEnet, the Appalachian Center for Economic Networks. And I'm serving also as part of this project as providing general support and helping coordinate some of the activities.
Great.
And I'm gonna pass it maybe to Avery.
Hello, I'm Avery Snyder. I'm the multimedia designer at ACEnet, but I also have a background in agriculture and working in the organic grocery store food space.
And then Megan, would you like to go next?
Hi, everyone. I am Megan Loveland. I'm the Programs and Communications Coordinator for ACEnet. Almost facing. So I provide program and grant development support, organizational branding, communications, regional brand support, social media, e-newsletter, website, various geeky things. Thank you.
Great, thanks. Well, let's start with Aaron. Would you like to introduce yourself, your name, your retail operation, maybe a little history, years in operation, and what areas of focus for Keller Market House?
Sure, thanks. I'm Erin Harvey. I'm the director at the Keller Market House, and we're in Lancaster, Ohio. We'll turn 10 next year. So we kind of like to call ourselves the farmers market that never ends. So we sell pretty much exclusively local to Ohio foods and artisan goods, like a kind of a small grocery store. That has an artisan gallery and a very small commercial kitchen as well. Um, we also operate our city's farmers market that's seasonal outdoors on Saturday mornings. Um, we've got a lot of different holiday end of year things going on, like pre-ordering, membership planning, sponsorship planning, donation drive, all of that kind of stuff. So busy time of year.
Yep, and we are going to learn all about everyone's holiday activities. Adam, let's go to local roots next.
Hi, my name's Adam Schwederman. I'm the executive director at Local Roots Marketing Cafe in Wooster, Ohio. Local Roots is founded as kind of an indoor exclusive, very similar to Keller that Aaron just mentioned, direct farm to consumer marketing concept back in 2010. So we've been in operation for 15 years now. And the organization started very modest, low budget infrastructure kind of concept, farmers standing behind card tables and selling stuff in the winter months, extended season farmers market concept, and in a single building, about 9,000 square feet. And over the last 15 years has developed into more of a full service grocery market, exclusively, local produce, meat, eggs, dairy, honey, anything that you can grow in this area, we will sell and don't buy anything from outside the region. But then have expanded into, purchasing some things that we can't get from this region as well to make a more kind of full service experience for the customer, and partnering with a lot of small independent local farms to do that. So regional buying as well. And then I think early on in that development, the founders of the organization had a dream of having a commercial kitchen on site that supported the market and the producers that sell through the market. So we have a 2,000 square foot commercial kitchen, and that's used in a very like communal shared use capacity. So 20 some renters in a given year at any one point will be renting shared use space in the kitchen, either to provide lunch service to people, run a food truck, a catering company, what have you. Some farmers renting it just to be able to package foods. And then we've started under our own umbrella, our own employees as well, making foods and selling them in the market. Doing after school lunch programs with the Boys and Girls Club is something that we've been focusing on recently. And we actually have another school, our local Montessori school is interested because they don't have a kitchen on site, and us providing all of the lunch for the Montessori school kids. So that's kind of a growing category for us as well. And yeah, that's us.
Yeah. Yeah, this is great. And having the recording of this webinar, we'll be able to archive it and share. So thank you for the longer introductions. So Robin, you're up next. Would you like to tell us about yourself in the public market? And
Yeah. I'll just do the public market and we'll go into the whole Ohio Valley thing. But the public market, yeah, we're year round. We say indoor farmers market, but we do all the local food, local farms, local eggs, meats, breads, milks, butter, all that kind of stuff, produce, baked goods. And then we also have a small natural and health food section, and then a kitchen that does breakfast, lunch, and caterings as well. We've been here, this year was our 6th year, and I've been here for 3 years. And I'm the general manager. Yeah, that's sort of just, yeah, basic scope of what we do.
yeah, we're just delighted to see your tenure growing at the public market. So Rachel, can I put you on the spot and you can introduce yourself and say a little bit about Harbour Gardens as well?
Ready?
Yes. We're
Hi,
ready
I'm
for you if you're
Rachel.
ready.
I'm the general manager at Harbour Gardens. I work with Gallo. She is one of the owners. She's a nurse practitioner. She is very skilled in healing naturally with food. She's actually at a week-long conference down in Texas, which is for the American Culinary Lifestyle Medicine. So she's going to be bringing back lots of great information. And then her partner, Sarah, is our horticulturist. So in the growing season, most of the produce that Harbour Gardens get is right from their yard. And our business motto is basically building community resilience on food and regional culture. So we're in our going on 2.5 years of business, and we're growing. Every week we're meeting new community growers, makers, producers. So we're still pretty new business wise. And so, yeah.
Yeah. And we're very happy to have you guys in this ever growing and changing network as well. I
Thank you.
I was thinking about how I haven't been up to Ashtabula for a couple of months, so I don't know. I might wait until the snow stops flying this winter before I come visit you guys again, but it's always fun to be up in Ashtabula.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just start with some questions and I'll kind of popcorn around. I think I'll start with you, Robin. So what are some of the promotions or maybe even store displays that you're putting together during this holiday season?
Our big thing is we do turkeys for Thanksgiving from a local Lewis turkey farm. And yeah, we do those to everybody with our SNAP discount. They get half off of that, so it's a big deal. And then the kitchen does pre-ordered sides for Thanksgiving people can pick up that are also SNAP eligible. So that's our big Thanksgiving thing. And then going into Christmas, this Friday we're having a little like sort of private party for some of our closest staff and like founding member sort of thing just to watch the Christmas parade that's coming past our store, which I'm really excited about. And then we do some form of event with like Santa. Last year it was cookie decorating with Santa and the Grinch. But this year I think we're going to do a pancake breakfast. and make your own ornament and pictures with Santa. Yeah, and then just getting ready for Christmas, we build pre-built gift baskets. Some of them are a mix of our wholesale grocery, and then some of them are hyper just local things, but curated to like different like themes and vibes for each of those baskets and different price ranges. And yeah, just making sure we have on hand plenty of the foods that people want. With us doing the wholesale and the local, it's a lot of like preparing and ordering and seeing what we can get local for Thanksgiving meals and stuff like that. And I know right now, I don't know if you guys heard about it, we got that Tyler Childers money. That's what I've been saying, but we got 15,000 from the Tyler Childers Foundation to build food boxes for our SNAP families that didn't have SNAP. And since those families are now getting SNAP back, we're using it this week to give everybody a full Thanksgiving meal. So that's a big project I'm working on right now. But it's very cool. Yeah.
That's
Sort of all of the
fantastic.
holiday stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, good for you guys. 15,000 is a wonderful donation.
Yeah.
So have you been able to source enough turkeys?
Not locally. The
Okay.
farm that we were getting them from didn't have enough. I'm hoping to do 50 to 60 Thanksgiving boxes. So we actually got a hold of our local Kroger, and they were able to give us the wholesale price. And they're donating the pies. So I'm getting 50 pies from them, and gallons of milk they're doing at a special price too for those. But no, I felt like a crazy person calling people this week asking for 50 whole turkeys. We were able to do in our first food box too, whole chickens, but we had to source that through 3 different farms to get 50 whole chickens in time. But yeah.
Well, and you've had pretty significant sales growth every quarter here in 2025. So, I think everyone also sometimes is challenged at the local to regional sourcing of inventory. So kudos to you guys for patching a variety of different sources together. And then how do you get the word out? How do you promote some of the holiday activities or the holiday inventory?
Yeah, it's a lot of social media. We post to social media a lot, 2 to 3 times a day, and then we try to do with like the turkey and the Thanksgiving sides and then the holiday events. Making events pages or sending like reminders. And then we do a lot of like posters. We make posters and put them up around the buildings. And there's a few sort of like our little downtown community of businesses
Mhm.
that all word of mouth with each other, share customers, and recommend events, things like that. I've also been working with our local, like mutual aid groups and food banks and stuff like that, and that's really nice for spreading the word for things.
Yeah, November's been such a crazy month with the
Yeah,
disruption of SNAP. So, the way we're communicating, I think, with our customers and our communities has been even a little more challenging to make sure people have food access. Well, thanks for that.
yeah.
Let's bounce to Aaron next. What are some of the holiday festivities and promotions and inventory that you guys are focusing on?
Well, our first big event is we have a special harvest market, farmers market this Saturday. So that kind of kicks things off and coincides with our downtown holiday parade. So as long as the weather's not terrible, we usually see a really big crowd for that day. Um, and we've done a reset of a lot of the store over the last few weeks. We have like a downtown window decorating, I guess, contest, but just encouraging businesses to decorate their windows. So got a Christmas display up yesterday, and we are working with a couple local organizations to do like there's a gift tree for homebound seniors, so you can come get a tag and go shopping and return the gift. And that's the first time we've done that. They approached us this year to see if we would host it, and then also we're just collecting non-perishable food items to go towards our community actions winter food drive that they'll be collecting at the beginning of December, to bolster their food pantry. So we have those opportunities, and then we set up a DIY gift basket station front and center, and our downtown does like a small business weekend promotion right after Thanksgiving. So we'll be open Sundays starting that weekend through December, which we usually are not open Sundays, but we may revisit that next year. This is kind of an experiment for us to see how Sundays go. And so our deal for Small Business Weekend is if you're putting together a gift basket of $40 or more, you'll get the actual like basket part for free. And so that's just like a cute wooden farmy peck basket or half bushel basket, which cost us about $5. And then we'll keep that through the duration of the season and just charge people for the baskets. So that tends to do well. We have tried over the years different pre-made gift baskets with kind of mixed success, I would say. So I'd be really curious to know how other markets do that and how they promote them. We do like an online pre-order for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so we list those, but we've just never sold too many. Like occasionally, like a business will catch on and do it for their employees or something. But people keep telling us, you should do this. And we're like, we do. And I think our downfall is just not getting the word out to the right people at the right time. We come off of farmers market season, and then it's like we've already missed the boat on a lot of the holiday stuff. So every year, I think we do a little bit better. And this year I sent something about the gift baskets to our downtown chambers newsletter to try to reach some more businesses for that sort of like corporate gift giving angle. So yeah, right now we're pushing Thanksgiving orders. We are also doing a silent auction. This is our second year doing that. So we launched it last week, and it'll go up through December 6th, which is a downtown holiday celebration where a lot of people are downtown, so that the items are set up in our artisan gallery, kind of like our side room, so you can come see the stuff. And then all the bidding takes place online through Bidding Owl. So last year we raised about $2,000, and all the items are contributed by our vendors. So we have a hidden agenda of trying to get their name out there and show off what they do. And this year, our goal is 3,000. I think we'll get there. We had a better response as far as auction items this year. Like it was really lovely seeing everything that our vendors contributed. So some physical items, some are gift certificates that people can redeem in the coming year at the holidays. Some are even like little private workshops, which I think is cool because that's pretty unique. And then, we are shooting to start our membership drive for 2026 on December 1st. So that'll be another opportunity for folks. And we're also participating in our local foundation does kind of a big give kind of donation campaign for Giving Tuesday. So this is the first year we'll officially participate in that, where they kind of match donations you receive proportionally across all the groups. So trying to get the word out about that, and just generally using that to educate people that we are a nonprofit. Some people just think, oh, we're a grocery store, but we're really trying to drive that point home that we are a nonprofit organization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciate it, Robin, you putting stuff in the chat as well. I think what's unique about all your markets is that you're so involved in community activities and supportive in these larger sort of networks, whether it's small business networks or other, healthy food access networks. Pretty impressive. So, Adam, what's happening in Worcester and at Local Roots for the holidays?
Yeah, lots of exciting stuff, and it sounds like, listening to Robin and Aaron, that there's a lot of overlap in what we do. We also have a downtown business association. Worcester's a Main Street community that supports downtown events and programming, and they also do a window decorating contest, and so that kicks off this weekend. Friday's Window Wonderland, as they call it, and Santa comes to town and lands on the rooftop of the square like at our primary intersection downtown, and they have a Christmas tree, a big pine tree in the middle of the square, all decorated. Wreaths have gone out, lighting on the storefronts, and public streetscape kinds of things. And so all the businesses stay open a little bit late for that, unveil their windows. We're doing a special food truck service in our parking lot, and we'll have promotional kind of tables set up, which is really exciting and fun for everybody in the community to be a part of. I did a little copy and paste here into the group chat. We also do a Thanksgiving pre-order type of meal. So we work, similarly, we work on getting turkeys to people, but we don't actually cook the turkey for you. So if you want to order for a turkey from one of our farmers, it's like a CSA style service that we offer where they buy it ahead of time, and then it gets shipped here, dropped off by the farmer in a box with the customer's name on it. They pay at the register, and then they can pick that up. And then our joke is always kind of like everything but the turkey. So if you want to order side dishes, pies, those sorts of things, then we'll make those for people, and those are available for pickup the day before Thanksgiving. We're closed on Thanksgiving Day. Window Wonderland, we're going to have a little charcuterie, and since I'm here in the market, I'm just going to bring everybody out into it so you guys can see what's going on. Although I guess this is a good time to unblur my background. Let me look at that. Don't. Hi.
Yep.
You can see me.
You're
unblurred.
Hello.
Yeah. So just walking around the market, you can see things are kind of getting into a little bit more holiday themes. So these are like reusable holiday gift bags that are recycled that one of our artisans makes. We get into the artisan market and you get things like recycled sweater mittens. It's a storefront display, like right when you guys walk in. We do, you can see these kind of crafted snowflakes hung in our artisan room. Lights that go up, throughout the market, how pretty. And then starting to display a little bit more holiday kind of theme displays. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but chocolates, these are homemade marshmallows that we make in our commercial kitchen that are super delicious. T-shirts turn into sweatshirts, ball caps turn into beanies, so everything kind of transitions that way. Wreaths up around the market. And then here's a look at, I'm trying not to break my laptop when I do this. That's a gift box that we do. And so we'll have those on display and people can purchase those. If somebody wants to, like corporations will come in and they'll just buy, 50 of them in advance for employee appreciation stuff around the holidays. But also some people just want to come into the market and grab something really quick and not have to shop and wrap it themselves. So it's a quick grab and go kind of item that works pretty well for people. One big thing that we do, it's always the Saturday before Christmas. We have our holiday bazaar, which is like a, kind of shop local, but it's also hey, if you haven't got a gift yet, if you're a procrastinator like I am, come down to the market because we have you, and we make a whole splash out of it. There's a press release that goes out to all the newspapers. We've done advertising on the radio for it before. We bring in extra vendors and set them up in the location next door to us that we're still working on renovating. But last year, I think we had 20 or so pop-up vendors that sold. And we have a cotton candy vendor that comes in. We do apple cider, Santa visits. We have a nice little display where kids can come and sit on Santa's lap and, put their gift ideas into a mailbox type of thing. Live music set up, coffee, and those types of things. And last year, it was like a smashing success in comparison to anything we've ever done before. Previous to last year, our single highest sales day record in store history was, I think, $20,000. And last year, a holiday bazaar, we hit 35,000 in one day at the store, which was just like, yeah, for us, for a little store that typically averages like, $3,000 to $5,000 in sales in a day, to have a big day like that was pretty cool. And the community loves it. I mean, people do just show up. It's timed nicely because a lot of people are coming into town to visit. So if you live out of the area, you're coming home to visit your parents or whatever, you bring the grandkids, that whole thing. It's just like something to do in town.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really, I mean, you all have great sort of, I would say, locations for, whether the community is a Main Street program or just all the other small business networks that exist. I mean, I think, Robin, all the streetscape work and, I mean, the incredible construction that Wheeling has gone through the last couple of years. So, hopefully this holiday season will also be a draw a lot of times to people's more downtown districts. And again, Aaron, I've seen that evolution within Lancaster as well. So although your stores are sort of like anchor destinations, that synergy between other local businesses and other organizations or merchant associations, chambers, you name it, working together is pretty impressive. And then I'm always just, I don't know, I'm just astounded. It's like here we're still a week away from Thanksgiving, but everyone gets kind of this head start on the holidays. And I think for the local food folks to be able to really get ready for the Thanksgiving holiday and all the sort of sales opportunities that Thanksgiving presents is, really important for your stores as well. Rachel, is there anything you'd like to share about holiday activities in Harbour Gardens and how your retail location might work with other partners? And you are muted.
So Harbour Gardens is located on a really charming historic road. Um, there is no corporately owned stores down here, so we all really rely on working together, especially for the holidays, to bring folks down here because this is the time of the year when sales plummet. So this is our opportunity to make the funds to carry us through February and March. Um, so basically, we have the Small Business Saturday event coming up on the 29th, and there's 20 participating small businesses in a scavenger hunt. So each participant will have the opportunity to win lots of really great locally sourced prizes. There's a few other events in December. There's holidays in the harbor. And we've also uh, done a few cooking classes in the last few weeks, which that brings a good draw. It kind of gets you warmed up for the holidays, prepares you, teaches you a few new recipes. We have Gallo has recently just built a commercial kitchen next door called Three Sisters Cafe. So when they're not occupying the space, we have the opportunity to go in there and prepare ready to go food. So we've been making chocolate bark with the local hazelnuts that we source. Different treats we're able to do this year that are healthy, and we try to at least focus on one local ingredient in each thing that we're preparing. And of course, we're a little bit late to decorating the shop, which that's on my agenda. That just it definitely brings a sense of buying gifts. And we've recently brought in some alpaca gear from headbands, mittens, scarves. There's shoe insoles and socks. So that's a good holiday item. And Yeah, we're still figuring things out. We are very, very small.
Right. And 2 years old.
2 years old. Yep.
Yep.
But we are in a.
And you're frozen. Well, thanks.
Mhm.
Well, let's talk one question and then we'll maybe talk a little bit about marketing and social media and all the other ways to get the message out. But so going into this holiday period, how do you manage staff? You might have extended hours. Aaron, you said maybe being open on Sundays. Adam, you said extending your hours some. It's like, how do you have enough staff and then maybe support and prepare your staff to get through the holidays? And I'll let you guys pick who wants to go first. I'll just watch for you to unmute.
I can go.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah. So yeah, that is always a struggle a little bit. One, because uh, our staff also wants time off during the holidays, but there is a bit of an assumption when you're working in this job that everybody kind of knows it's going to be really busy in November and December, and then it's going to drop off in January and February. Um, so we work on that staffing and getting it all set up and structured months in advance, telling everybody like, hey, we need to know if you're traveling in advance because we might need to hire additional people. We're also dealing with that in the kitchen where, we don't know how many people are going to order Thanksgiving meals or not. And so if it's a booming year for that, we have to have more kitchen staff. So we can do a lot of that just by handling these types of pre-order deadline types of things. And then the extra services that we offer, the holiday bazaar that we talked about, our Window Wonderland event, these types of pop-ups, they've been on our schedule for a year. We kind of know when they're going to be slotted in, and so we're able to staff and kind of train for that in advance and ahead of time. And a lot of the work in the market, we have a lot of part-time people as a structure, so it's easy for us to add people an extra 4 hours here, an extra 8 hours here, just for a couple of weeks. Usually, people are willing to kind of spend the extra time, understanding that it's good for the community and for the producers that sell here. It's not too hard to get people kind of staffed up and trained and available on a temporary basis. But it just does take a lot of advanced planning. We're talking about a lot of these types of things in July and August to make sure that they're going to be executed well in November and December.
15 years of experience helps.
Yeah, the problem that we have is that and it's a good thing, but we are always trying new things. I don't think there's ever been a year where we're just like, let's just do the same thing we did last year and not change anything. So that extra curveball component is like, we've seen this before, but we're going to do it a little bit different. And that keeps it fresh and exciting for both us and the customers. It's not like, oh, same old, nothing new to see there. But it does keep us on our toes a bit.
How about Robin or Aaron? How do you respond to the staff demands over the holidays?
I can go. We did bring on a new sort of like temporary part-time person just to cover weird hours. We're shifting hours around. We're finding Saturdays to be heavier for shopping. So from this Saturday, small business going on, we're going to be doing every Saturday, leaving it open to any of our vendors that kind of want to do a pop-up or a table, meet the maker sort of thing, trying to do a few of those every Saturday. So now we have an extra staff on Saturday, which takes away from during the week. And in the kitchen, they've had to really redo all of their scheduling to figure out more after hours prep time for those like Thanksgiving sides and some of the other catering stuff that we've been picking up. Yeah, and just really cross training everybody to be able to work in as many areas as possible. If not fully like in the kitchen cooking, then at least doing like smoothies and restocking like prep and expediting food as it comes out, things like that. And then we do every year for like decorating. I know it's volunteer based. We leave it open to Grow Valley side and us, but I feed everybody and make like spiked eggnog and mulled wine. And we just do one solid decorating event for the market. That's really fun. Um, yeah, aside from that, you just extra people. And I am the person that blocks out requesting holidays off. I don't let anybody request the week of Christmas, aside from Christmas Eve and Christmas Day when we're closed, and Thanksgiving with it being Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. Nobody's allowed to request those ones off either. So, yeah, what we got.
How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, um, we're a little late to the game, but we kind of have like laid out all the special days and times for our staff and kind of lightly blocked it out. Like certainly said like don't schedule a vacation. But if you really have family stuff, we'll try to work with you. We're still a pretty small staff. But we were really, really lucky this year. Like pretty much all of our folks kind of independently like texted or reached out and said like, let me know how I can help extra. I know it's going to be a busy time. And we did bring back somebody who had left at the beginning of the year to start like a seasonal nursery operation. They're closed down this time of year, and so it kind of was win-win. She's coming back a couple shifts a week through the end of the year. And that had kind of been the plan, but with everybody stepping up, we weren't even sure what we'd be able to offer her. So we're feeling pretty good as far as coverage. And so, like I said, we're adding Sundays starting the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And then we're also going to extend our Saturdays just an hour from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. For December. And then the last full week before Christmas and the week of Christmas, we're going to extend our hours just a little bit, a half an hour on either end, all the weekdays to mostly give ourselves a little bit of extra time to get things done. And then we added in a couple shifts here and there where we felt were our weak spots. I think the thing that we get bogged down on is just getting inventory out, like intake and getting things stocked and dealing with all the meat and the dairy and everything on top of like suddenly there's many more piles of artisan things needing to go out. So I think we're ready. It's kind of a big swing for us adding that many staffing hours, but we are already like feeling swamped. So I think we're ready.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we can just stick with you for a minute, Aaron. Um, what about, I mean, we've talked about the staffing needs that maybe become a little more intense, but what about all the social, or just all the messaging, whether it's co-promotions with other partners? I mean, you all do a great job. I follow all your socials. Um, but is there a little added pressure in terms of how much additional messaging or marketing you need to do? And I mean, what are some of your, I don't know, strategies to manage that differently than what you might do the rest of the year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like point taken, like even during this, I'm like, oh, I forgot to send this. Oh, I forgot to post this. And I think we are kind of struggling to keep up, make sure we don't miss anything, make sure we get stuff out there in a timely manner. And I don't know, like this week too, I'm trying to be sensitive to kind of varying it. We get stuck in the like, here's the food drive and here's the donation, but yet we need to like feature product and stuff as well just to keep people excited. So I don't know if we have a strategy. I will say this holiday season feels entirely more overwhelming than before. I don't know that we're really doing anything new. It's just kind of like everything is more in the pace of everything. So myself and Virginia do our social media, and um, we don't have a great strategy. We're just trying not to miss anything right now because yeah, there is so much. So
Yeah, I mean, we struggle with this at ACEnet in terms of there's, especially for us when we are also promoting all the different workshops and webinars, and then there's all these holiday events and all the reposting we do for many of our clients. So again, back to sequencing, timing, making sure things don't get lost. And again, we have Megan, so it's all solved beautifully. But how about you, Adam? What are some of the challenges you guys feel at Local Roots?
Yeah, I just feel like there's so much activity out there, not just in what we're doing, but in what everybody's doing. Um, that it can be a crowded space trying to say like, look at me, this is what we're doing, and not sounding overly uh, peacockish and needy. So it takes a delicate balance, I guess I would say, and much like I know these other markets are. I've never been to uh, Harbour Gardens, but it sounds like what Rachel described as well. Local Roots is kind of in that small business downtown center, so we're not surrounded by a bunch of chains, and it's a lot of individual businesses that are all promoting. So we always kind of submit to that all boats rise on high tide type of thing. And we're very happy to promote what other people are doing just as much as what we are doing because it kind of takes a community of small businesses to make the downtown space work. And getting all of that in an organized fashion is the way that we do it. Our strategy is with a calendar. So we have, not always post scheduled, but we have topics and themes that are seasonal throughout the year, January, like based on quarter basically. And then that goes down to month, and then that goes down to week, and then that goes down to day, so that we're looking at all of that stuff more in a systematic fashion. And it goes on a calendar and we don't forget about it so that it's, the day and the week and the month and the quarter are all kind of aligned programmatically, as opposed to just like what Aaron said. We developed that calendar a little bit because of that consistent feeling of like, oh, I forgot to post this, I forgot to post that, don't forget to tag this person, and it does just come up, so routinely that to have it all written down and organized um, is almost necessary because if not, you'll just start to forget everything.
Mhm. How about you, Robin? What's the strategies at the public market?
Um, do a lot of delegating and communicating. I found is our biggest thing is making sure everybody knows exactly what things they need to be covering and what they're doing and what they need to track with. And then we used we're meeting all the management every week, every 2 weeks, but now we're doing it every week to make sure everybody's on the same page as to like we on our social medias like highlight what is being used locally in the kitchen and locally what's in the store. And we have our social media marketing manager who does all of that post. So she needs to communicate the kitchen and the vendor manager. And then I'm sort of overseeing all of that. So just keeping everybody on the same page and doing the same things at the same schedule has been really useful for us. And then we do monthly, I call them family dinner, but it's a whole staff dinner to make sure everybody knows what's going on with it being a holiday season. We're going to be doing those every 2 weeks at least, if not more, where we sit down and this is what we have coming up. This is what we dropped the ball on previously and getting everybody on the same page. Seems to be working. It's just trying to get all of that coordinated. It's the hard part, but yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like the family dinner concept. That sounds very cool. Well, I'm going to open it up to the group. Rachel, and it looks like you have somebody else, Rachel, with you right now. If you guys have any questions for our experts here, and the ACEnet staff might have some questions, let's have a few minutes of somebody else interrogating our experts than me as the moderator. Who has a question for the group or for maybe an individual market?
I did have a question I want to ask. I'm curious what people have had the most success with in terms of like branded items for sale. Like I'm thinking like mugs, t-shirts, like what else? Like we're I mean, we're a little late for the holidays, but especially as we go into next year, we're really looking to expand our repertoire of branded items.
There is a fantastic t-shirt company. They're called Liberty Graphics. They're located in Maine, and they use they're like pioneers of environmentally safe ink. So they kind of coincide with what we're all doing. They use real artists to design their t-shirts, and they've been around since about the 70s. And we ordered from them twice, and we sell them really, really quite well. So that would be a good addition as far as t-shirts, clothing, branded items.
Yeah, and I think many of us have those types of businesses within our communities as well.
Mhm.
This might be kind of obvious, everybody's doing it, but I think gift cards like can't be understated enough
Yeah.
for us and how important that is. And I think that there is a hey, we have gift card mentality, and then there is a we focus on selling gift cards. Like if you really make that a priority, think about it strategically, have multiple options for people to do it, make it fun for people, get it out in front of them early and often. So it's not just like a grab and go item where you're like, oh crap, I was in the store and I didn't think about it, but where you're like marketing the gift cards in advance. I think that is a great stocking stuffer concept for people, or just like, hey, I'm thinking of you type of a thing that people can send. Like we put it on our website and we get a considerable amount of sales on the website for people buying gift certificates for other people, and we'll package it up and put it in an envelope and mail it to somebody as well. So it's pretty insane how many gift cards we sell, and I think we could try even harder at it. And then from a business standpoint, it cash flows quite nicely. They don't all get used always, and you get that money up front and the expense doesn't come sometimes until months later, which can be really pivotal for, highly seasonal business. Like a lot of us are relying a lot on produce sales. And as we know in Ohio, produce kind of suffers in the winter. My joke is always, you probably heard me say it 1,000 times, but there's only so much rutabaga you can force people to eat. So when February rolls around, we've kind of lived off of those gift card sales at times. And deep, dark, cold winter months.
I wanted to ask, how are you guys? I saw, Erin, you said you do DIY gift baskets, and Local Roots, you guys have yours made up already. Are you like with the DIY gift baskets, are you just supplying like the basket and the decorating sort of situation and they go around and shop, or how exactly are you guys putting this together? Because I tried it last year and sales weren't great and we tried doing different themes. We tried doing just local stuff and it gets pricey quickly to put those together. But yeah, if you guys had anything sort of guiding me on how to do better gift basketing. Yeah.
Yeah, for our DIY station, we have like a stack of the wooden baskets, and then we get like red tissue paper and paper shreds and stuff to fill it. And then we kind of like scrounge around for these little name tags and decoration kind of stuff. Probably upper game in that. And then I usually bring in like pine cones from my yard and stuff so people can have some kind of cool natural stuff to add in. Um, and yeah, I think it does get real pricey real fast. Like when we were kind of trying to mock some up at price points, we were realizing that um, we have made a sign that's like number one, pick out your items. Number two, check out. Number three, decorate your basket. Because when we started, we got into people would like make it all pretty and then come up to checkout, and then we needed to like tear their basket
Yeah.
apart to ring everything up. So try to catch people if we sense that they're like making it too pretty, or even we just send them home with like the tissue paper and the stuff and they finish at home too. That works for some people if they're in a hurry.
Okay, you said you have pretty good feedback to that.
Um,
Works pretty well for you guys?
Yeah, I think,
We'll
yeah, I
try
mean, it's
that
not
for sure.
huge sales, but I think now some people know to expect it, or people are just already coming looking for stocking stuffers, gift baskets. And so we kind of just are like, well, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's your package.
Yeah, we've sort of we're transitioning towards a lot of the value added stuff and away from, because we don't have the produce and all the space that the produce filled, trying to fill it with those gift ideas. So that's what I was I'm trying to think, maybe we do gift basket station and that sort of thing.
And we're talking about probably like next week when we really get into it, like adding another display kind of adjacent that's like top stocking stuffer, gift basket ideas, and kind of loading it up with our overstock of the little stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is great. Way back in the day, we used to have a marketplace in the front of the Food Ventures Center. We've gone through many tenants now and make it available in that way. But we used to do gift baskets. This was back in the 90s and early aughts. And again, it was really challenging to figure out the price points and making sure for us that we had enough of our businesses represented within the gift baskets as well. And, how do you combine sort of similar product lines and how do they mix and match? Well, I know we're getting close to time, and I want to make sure I appreciate you all. So thank you, Robin. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Aaron, for being our experts. Thanks to Rachel and her other friend in Ashtabula, who's joined us. Avery, Anna, and Megan and I have been listening well and looking at your links. So this is just more content that we'll continue to share. All of these webinars will be recorded, so other people will be able to view them. And again, we'll promote their availability as we develop more and more of this content. So thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful and prosperous holiday season. I know one of the reasons I love to patronize your retail locations is it is great one-stop shopping, so that you get these unique local product lines, and we know that it all helps within the entrepreneurship network within our communities. So thanks for attending. Stay tuned. We'll be promoting more of these topic-focused webinars. I don't think we're going to do one in December. People's lives are too busy. So we'll get the information out, hopefully with a schedule for certainly January and February and maybe even March. So thanks. Thanks to Aaron's kitty cat for joining us here at the end.
Leslie, I have to ask before you sign off, is this a carrot in the background of your right hand shoulder?
I'm
What are
really
we
glad
looking
you
at here?
asked because I was going to point that out and then I was going to ask if I can see that cat.
And I have
Yeah.
I should put the pickle in the background. I know, you guys are so together, blurring your background
I
or putting
know.
up, and you've all been in my office. You know how crazy it is. But these are some of the things that one of our partners in social enterprises, Passion Works Studios, put
Hmm.
together. Um, so yeah, I always have a lot of Passion Works stuff, like a pot holder that has a
Yeah,
pawpaw design on it. So, as you
cool.
guys know, we aside from all the food and ag businesses we work with lots of artists and artisans and makers. So, no shortage of locally produced holiday gifts for us here in southeastern Ohio.
Those carrots would fly off the shelf up here at Local Roots. So,
Oh, really? Well, let me
well,
connect you to Patty Mitchell.
I bet.
We have, the Passion Works flowers. I mean, I have so much stuff. Um, yeah, and then I have all my little
Yeah,
items.
trinkets. Well,
Okay,
thank you.
thanks all. Stay tuned.
Thank you,
Hopefully when we
everyone.
get these webinar videos posted, please share them with other staff members or other partners. The more eyes, the better. You guys are a wealth of knowledge, and we want to make sure that that gets disseminated.
Thanks
Okay.
for putting it together.